She was only 18, yet overnight a teenager from Manila became a global icon and the first Filipina to wear the Miss Universe crown. Her name is Gloria Diaz. In July 1969, she stepped under the hot lights of Miami Beach as the world held its breath for Apollo 11. The judges gave a playful, historic prompt. What would she say to the men on the moon? Her answer was quick, witty, and calm. Minutes later, the crown touched her head. For the first time, the Philippines stood at the very center of the pageant world. But this story was never just about a crown. It was about a woman who turned one dazzling night into a life of work, reinvention, family, and quiet wealth. This film meets Gloria Diaz, the icon, and reveals her husband, career, net worth, lifestyle, and houses with the clarity audiences expect. Gloria's Miss Universe win did more than lift a nation's pride. It opened doors to cinema, television, endorsements, and decades of cultural relevance. And behind the spotlight stood a home life that grounded her. First, a marriage that shaped her family name, then a partnership that lasted. Her public grace and private steadiness became the blueprint for longevity. In 1986, Gloria married businessman and restaurateur Benigno "Bong" Daza III. Together, they raised 3 children, Isabel, Ava, and Rafael, building a household that mixed discipline with warmth. The marriage eventually ended, and Bong Daza later passed away, but the family he and Gloria built remained close-knit and visible in Philippine culture. Her daughter, Isabel Daza, became a prominent actress and model, echoing her mother's poise in a new generation. In later years, Gloria found lasting companionship with Michael Osmeña de Jesus, a relationship that added quiet stability to a very public life. Husband, children, partner. Each chapter deepened the woman the world first met in a white evening gown. Behind cameras and red carpets is a private world designed for calm, family, and continuity. Gloria maintains a primary residence in Metro Manila, close to work, friends, and the grand rhythms of the city. The house favors Filipino modern, clean lines, Nara wood, Capiz accents, rattan textures, and warm, neutral palettes that let photographs and heirlooms breathe. A dining room anchors the home, long table, soft overhead light, laughter traveling from kitchen to sala. On one wall, framed images trace a 50-year arc, from coronation photographs to movie stills to family milestones. A glass case holds keepsakes from global events and a replica crown, less a shrine than a memory shelf. Outdoors, a small garden offers orchids, sampaguita, and early morning quiet for coffee and scripts. Beyond the city, Gloria enjoys a leisure escape, a restful retreat used for weekends and holidays. It favors sun, breeze, and simple luxuries, woven mats, cotton throws, books by the window, and space for grandchildren to run. No addresses, no extravagance, just texture, light, and the kind of elegance that ages well. These houses are not trophies. They are vessels for family, work, and rest, the architecture of a balanced life. The day begins early. A light breakfast, gentle movement, and a focused review of pages or call times. Wardrobe leans to classic silhouettes, tailored neutrals, pearl accents, crisp white shirts, and the occasional bold Filipiniana detail when occasions call. Beauty is disciplined, skincare over heavy cosmetics, posture over posing, presence over spectacle. Afternoons might mean television tapings, cultural events, mentoring sessions, or a quiet set visit to support friends. Weekends belong to family, travel, and the kinds of gatherings where stories are told more than photos are posted. When she entertains, the mood is hospitable and unhurried. Filipino dishes, good conversation, and a host who listens more than she speaks. Her lifestyle is the opposite of chasing trends. It is a practiced calm, grace as a daily habit. After Miss Universe, Gloria stepped into film not as a novelty, but as a student of the craft. In 1975, she stunned audiences in Ang Pinakamagandang Hayop sa Balat ng Lupa, a performance that proved she could command the camera, not just the runway. Roles accumulated. In 1998, she portrayed Doña Teodora Alonso in Jose Rizal, earning praise in a national epic. In 2006, Nasan Kaman showcased her restraint and gravity. Television kept her current. Ana Karenina trained her for long-form storytelling, and Los Bastardos introduced her anew to younger viewers. In 2019, a cameo on Netflix's Insatiable winked at global audiences who recognized the queen-turned-actress. Across decades, she judged pageants at home and abroad, lending authority to a world she once conquered, and appeared on Drag Race Philippines as a cultural touchstone with wit intact. The pattern is clear. Every era offered a new format, and she learned it, steadily, respectfully, completely. Grace can be taught, but only by those who practice it. Gloria mentored contestants, spoke at cultural programs, and reminded aspiring artists that relevance is earned, not wished for. Her advice favored fundamentals: speak with clarity, carry yourself with purpose, and do your work between the applause, not during it. She became less a celebrity and more a reference point, evidence that careers can mature like fine fabric. Fewer sparkles, stronger weave. Public life invites scrutiny. At times, comments or interviews drew debate. By 2025, her estimated net worth sits in the neighborhood of $5 to $8 million. Think of it as a tapestry, not a lottery ticket. Film and television, core earnings. Decades of roles, network contracts, reruns, and residuals, steady rather than spectacular. Endorsements and campaigns, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle brands aligned with her image of refined credibility. Appearances and hosting, pageants, cultural galas, talks, judging, professional fees that add up over years. Investments and real estate, conservative placements, a primary home in Manila and a leisure retreat, wealth stored in walls as much as in accounts. Licensing and legacy projects, curated collaborations tied to heritage and Filipino craft. Expenses travel in the opposite direction: family support, philanthropy, staff, travel, and careful upkeep of properties. It is not excess. It is stewardship, resources arranged to protect time, health, and work. Gloria's financial life mirrors her family life: measured, intentional, and intergenerational. Children pursued careers with independence. The matriarch did not stunt them with spectacle, but supported them with standards. A crown won in youth became capital for adulthood, invested in learning, not in noise. First, reinvention: pageant queen to actress to mentor to cultural figure. Second, discipline: script study, punctuality, humility on set, readiness to take notes. Third, balance: homes that nurture, work that stretches, relationships that steady. Fourth, Filipino identity: championing local textiles, crafts, and values without turning heritage into costume. Last, grace: the rare skill of letting the work speak louder than the microphone. Morning light through capes, a book laid open, a handwritten note on a script margin, a call with her daughter about school pickup, a reminder to bring lumpia for Sunday lunch, a quick fitting, classic dress, minimal jewelry, perfect hem. Car to studio, greet crew by name, hit marks, deliver lines, thank the PA who kept time, back home at dusk, slippers by the door, orchids misted, the city humming a soft electric lullaby. These are not lavish moments, they are durable ones. This is how the first Filipina Miss Universe became a lasting figure in Philippine culture. Not by repeating a moment, but by renewing it, year after year. Style for Gloria begins with respect. Truly. She appears at charity galas, lends her name to cultural causes, and supports programs that nurture youth, arts, and women's health. When possible, she chooses mentorship over microphones, opening doors, making introductions, writing notes of encouragement that are never posted online. Even Philanthropy returns to the house: closets edited for donation, a library shelf cleared for a school drive, dining tables set for fundraiser dinners where generosity follows grace, style on the outside, substance underneath. If a single answer on a pageant night could start a life like this, what could we achieve if we faced our own moments with wit, work, and grace. Gloria Diaz showed the world that one crown was not the end. She turned a single victory into a 5-decade career. She became an award-winning actress, a respected mentor, and a cultural icon. Her life proves that true success is built over time, with persistence and reinvention. She did not stop at yes. She kept proving it, on stage, on screen, and in the choices she made as a mother, a partner, and a leader. Her journey is a lesson that legacy lasts longer than beauty, and that history remembers those who continue to evolve. Every chapter of her story shows the power of resilience, discipline, and vision, and that story still inspires new generations today. For more portraits of icons who turned fame into a lasting life, don't forget to subscribe, share this story, and join the conversation. Do you think Gloria Diaz is the Philippines' most enduring Miss Universe, both on stage and beyond the spotlight?